So let's, again, I'm going to show you this picture. Here's the fireman. There's the 9 on the hat, right? Here's the Jews, the umbrella. See the 2 cones? Here's where you come in. You're supposed to be able to walk through here. That's where you would be in here. You're supposed to be able to walk through here. See the ref right here? That's the one that's basically the judging the whole thing. But if you were in this picture, you would be the one trying to walk through here and not get pulled to the left or to the right or vice versa. Okay? So when they talk about this whole fighting ISIS bullshit, the silhouette that has the Babylon's goddess Semiramis, the goddess worshipped by the Illuminati, was known by other names, such as Kali, Sirius, Virgo, Lilith, Diana, Venus, Luciferia, Mary, ironically, Isis. So when they talk about they're fighting ISIS, right? They're fighting the Muslims, right? Let's just call it what it is. You get down here, the ancient, they're saying Semiramis is the one that corrupted all of this, which is Lilith, right? And took the same science basically and corrupted it. And the ancients and the indigenous tribes used metaphors of planetary cycles in a similar fashion to the characters in the Bible, Saturn, Venus, and all of that ISIS bullshit. So when we look at this, this is a video game. The Crusades. Remember I told you the Crusades didn't end. It's these guys against these guys. Except the Muslims have been portrayed as being these guys. Really, it's these guys. But yeah, whatever. But it's interesting the way they have the horsemen and, the good guys on the horse. But this is the main bit I want to show you. There's the hand. The W. And what does it say down here? Humanoids. So those would be the ones with carrying the Archon, right? But aren't these guys the ones carrying the Archon? You see how they flip it? But you get it. Again, I'm going to show you because this is such a perfect picture. Jewish money with a Saturn symbol on it, used by the Christians with Arabic writing. If that doesn't tell you who the fuck is running the show on our level, nothing's going to. Let me show you something. Here's a tattoo. That's the Archon in there. And the 6-pointed star. I mean, once you understand this stuff, you'll start understanding all of these different symbols. And, look. Oh, fuck. This thing with Donald Trump. Now he's backpedaling on the EPA thing. A real guy that really knew the system that was against it, or had any kind of understanding of it. If you would have walked out, hang on a second, excuse me. If you would have walked out and said, listen, it's not just America, it's the whole world that is underneath this influence. And if we don't stand up now, we're going to be done for. If he would have said, we're not only going to stop this bullshit, we're going to tear down all these ancient symbols across the globe. We're going to put those things away once and for all and let men become free. That would have been a speech worth hearing. Because that truly would have been somebody that was looking out for the best interests of man. But it appears like everybody that came before him, he said what people wanted to hear. And once they get in, it's over. And if this guy doesn't do what he said he was going to do, mankind might as well do one major frontal assault and end it, because it'll just be the end anyway. It won't make any difference. He will have done exactly what Hillary Clinton wanted to do. It just coming from the male perspective. The whole dude looks like a lady. It would have been the same thing. I'll show you in another video how those two split, but that would be the real speech. I'm going to free mankind. I'm going to destroy these symbols, and there'll be no more of this stuff. Unfortunately, he didn't go that route, and he won't. He's already saying, oh, I better go check out this Environmental Protection Agency stuff they're doing in France. I better go to the summit. Dude, when you walk out and you tell people, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, you don't turn around and go, would you like to join my cabinet? Would you like to be on my team? I get the whole keep your enemies close bit. And the guy's a buffoon or he's a genius, hiring everybody that hates him so he can always constantly keep an eye on who's trying to do him in. But if he's not doing it for that reason, then he's the biggest sellout. Remember when he said that? If you don't vote for me, I can't go to heaven. And he goes, and when you vote for me and I get in, I'll go to heaven and do what I do. That's an interesting thing to say, isn't it, as a politician? See, we're not seeing the story for what it is. As people would look at this and see firemen pulling a rope against some Jews, and they would think that's funny. But in reality, it's a very serious story about what's going on here and how this place really works. They think this is just a fucking video game. But this hand symbol tells a whole different story. The Crusades, the Muslims versus the Masons and the Jews. A very serious story that's going on right now. Obama, what did he do? Let's see what he did on his way out. Hang on. He did this a couple of days ago. It doesn't matter this part up here. It's this. I don't like the word phalanx because that always has to do with a dick. Phallic phalanx. But the bottom line is it's the name of the operation. It's like a radar system that they shut down. Australia made a one-time deal supposedly to send Muslims from Australia over here to the United States. So he shut down the radar. I believe it's on the southern part of the United States. The only reason you do that is so that nobody sees stuff that's coming in or stuff that's going out. Why would you do that? Why would you send Muslims from Australia into the United States? And the mayor of Chicago is saying, oh, Chicago is a sanctuary city. So you ship these fucks in. You hide them because the government knows that's where they're going. Sounds to me like a staging area. Sounds to me like a staging area. God, there's so much stuff I got to show you. Hillary Clinton, I'm not one of those Jews. I'm more of an Ishmael girl. Man, if you could just understand the depth of what that meant. I'll show it to you, but it's hard to get all this information out to you. Hillary Clinton has sworn allegiance to the Muslims. That's why her best friend is that towel-headed bitch. That's right, I'm not being politically correct. Have you ever known me to be? Like I said, it's us against them. There's no here in the word hero. There's nobody here for us but us. So, there's enough evidence that there's something very old and very big that's been going on here and running this place, and people aren't even aware of it. If they even when they start to get a glimpse of something they can't even imagine beyond, when people question, well, did the towers really fall down? It's nice that they do that, but they're so far removed from the shit that we're looking at here. That's what I mean. There's no time to teach anybody. It's too late to change people's beliefs. It's too late to indoctrinate them, and I don't mean that like it's a cult. I mean indoctrinate them to the fact that your indoctrination was a lie. What you were taught is a better word. That everything that you believe is just. I have to show you another video to get my point across, but we're in serious trouble, and it's all because of this. That's why this whole blood thing is so important to these fuckers. Because it propagates. It's what they live in. They need it. These are just fucking players. These things, these archons, these things. They need the blood. And we've been slaves to them, and we've built monuments to these things. I don't know. I'll continue on. I hope people are grasping this stuff.